March has begun. It's another week in the books. First off this week, I finished off Heir of Illusion that I had just started last week, and oh my god, it was wonderful. So as I said, it starts off hitting the ground running. It starts off, you're in the middle of the action, and that action keeps going all the way through. I said last week I was fascinated by that magic system, and it absolutely delivered. It was wonderful. I love the world building. The banter between the characters, phenomenal. But the thing that really threw this book over the edge for me and really pushed it up to that 5-star ranking was the depiction of complex PTSD. And one of the characters' powers is probably the most potent allegory for dissociation I've ever encountered. I cannot wait for the second one. I really need to know what happens next. This is another instance where I am dying for a sequel before the first one is even on shelves. This one is going to be out on March 31st, so you can get in that same boat with me and start waiting for the next one, which I believe is going to be coming out sometime in the fall, but we don't have an official date yet, I don't think. And once again, a very big thank you to the Nerd Fam for the advanced reader copy of the ebook on that one. After that, I picked up another advanced reader copy of an ebook, this time from NetGalley. This was called A Murderous Business. This one was set in 1912 New York. It was a really, really fun mystery, and the setting was so vividly done. You felt like you could reach out and touch it. It was flawlessly researched. Every detail was accurate that I saw in there, even when it came down to the daily lives of the queer characters. If there's any complaint that I had about this book, it's that I didn't get to see more of that. I wanted the book to be longer so we could see more of their day-to-day lives and their relationships. Again, this is another book where the relationships between characters is really what made it shine. It was so much fun to read through. I absolutely loved it. And now my current read is Black Maria. I had picked this one up back in December at an event for local authors where a lot of them were selling and signing their work, so I was lucky enough to be able to get my copy signed. And the author was so sweet. I've really been looking forward to reading this because I always find that the best dark fiction comes from the sweetest and most lighthearted seeming authors on the surface. And so far, it's going great. It is more of a police procedural kind of mystery, which isn't a subgenre that I typically get into. But again, I'm really loving the banter between the characters, and I'm really, really loving the attention to detail so far. I'm somewhere between a quarter and a third of the way through, and I'll give you an update on this one next week. I also have a whole list of advanced reader copies of ebooks that I've got coming up in the next few weeks, including a whole series of 4 books, the 4th of which will be coming out later this month. So I will be getting to all 4 before the 31st of this month. Yeah. As always, there is a longer write-up of all of this on my website, and I want to hear what you are reading too. I don't care how big my TBR gets, I'm making it bigger. I want to know what you're reading and having fun with. Happy reading!